What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka TAG Law 205 or Tag Live, either or. We are here on Millions.co. Thank you so much for Millions for having me on the stream. Now, guys, as I say, every time Tag Live 205 on Millions appears, which is a rarity because it's only a couple times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. College football is here, baby. And what that means is we are putting in our bets, right? PrizePicks obviously has the most bets that you can do, find, care for, and adapt to. Go to PrizePicks right now. Choose your picks, PrizePicks. So, if you already did not see my predictions, I'm going to read them out to you. We have so much to go over right now. This week is going to be probably one of the best weeks of the college football season. Obviously, Bama, Georgia, we know what happened, okay? We know. I know people are going to try to – I get it. We understand. I want to get into some big games. So, obviously, Michigan and Wisconsin will go head-to-head. That is a Big Ten matchup that people must pay attention to. I'm not saying Michigan's going to lose, but what I am saying is that Wisconsin is no slouch. Wisconsin is no scrub. Billy Edwards may be injured, but still, they are no scrub. They may have a cornerback issue, but still, they are no scrub. Their head coach is not Matt Rhule in Nebraska, but guess what? They're no scrubs, right? Their offensive coordinators, no scrubs. They can call plays. Yes, they got scuttled by Alabama, but let's be completely honest. Alabama was playing with motivation because of the Florida State loss. Then, now, they're going to go up against Vanderbilt, and I hope they lose their cool again. I do. Even though I think they're going to win, but you guys know, if you guys who really know me, know that it's all going to be pretty good. It's all gonna be good at the end, and you'll see today if it ends how I think it's gonna end. To move on from that, can Vanderbilt do it again? They're gonna do it. Look. I don't know what's gonna happen, but just know I think I have a pretty good idea. So, who needs a statement win the most? Penn State, Oregon, or Texas? Now, I'm going to say Texas. I'm going to, and I have a great reason for this. Arch Manning needs to further prove why he is a top 10 pick in this upcoming draft in 2026. I do believe he's going to go top 10, not only solely based off his name, but he has talent. Even though he slips off, obviously, we know the quarterback position is the most important position in all of football, middle school, high school, college, pee-wee. It doesn't matter. NFL, UFL, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The quarterback position is the most important position in football. Teams are going to want to address that. Certain teams, probably like the Colts, maybe. The Saints, maybe. You know, you have a lot of teams that could draft him. The Rams, they need, Matthew Stafford's getting old and stuff like that. But I want to get into my predictions. But before I get into my predictions, Arch Manning needs this game more than anybody else. Texas, you lost to Ohio State week 1. Then the game shouldn't have been that close against UTEP, being completely honest with you. Number 2, you blew out Sam Houston, and then you proceed to stand over a Sam Houston player. Not really classy to me because you wouldn't do it to a dog. You wouldn't do it to Georgia. You wouldn't do it to Georgia. I'm just saying. We ain't going for that. So, West Virginia, BYU. Obviously, I have West Virginia beating BYU. They're just a better overall team. West Virginia's going to get back on track. I do feel like they can make a run in the Big 12. I don't know. I don't know what exactly needs to click for West Virginia to ultimately become a contender. But something's going to have to change there. But I do have the winning. Cincinnati's going to beat Iowa State. Cincinnati's just better. I have Purdue beating Illinois, knocking off Illinois. I feel like that's going to happen. Obviously, I have them dogs. Obviously. Who's that coming down the track? Beating the Kentucky Wildcats It's going to be a spanking. Okay, I feel bad for them because we're coming off a game where we should have won. We should have beat probably our biggest rival to date. I don't see Tennessee as a rival. I don't see Florida as a rival because we smack them up every year. Okay, now in terms of the long-term history, oh yeah, Florida, no Tennessee. Hey, look, man, look. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. We ain't gonna see y'all in the SEC championship, but we'll see y'all, right? Wisconsin, Michigan. That's the big noon Saturday game right there on Fox. I have Wisconsin winning that game. I have them winning that game. In Michigan, in Auburn. Billy Edwards, is he gonna play? I don't know. Probably not. But still, this offense is no scrub. This defense is no scrub. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Virginia's going to lose to Louisville on the road. Boise State's going to upset Notre Dame in Notre Dame. Yes, they're going to shut down Jeremiah Love in some capacity. I'm predicting that, right? Penn State going to go on the road. Nico Alamiava and them boys are going to lose with the new head coach at the house. Kent State obviously tryout game for Oklahoma. I mean, we never know. It's college football, but I do have Oklahoma winning. Texas Tech against Houston. I have Houston beating Texas Tech. I also have Texas A&M beating Mississippi State at home to continue their undefeated streak. And Ohio State, Minnesota. I have Ohio State winning. Now, I will say, if Minnesota makes this a game, like a closely contested game, we're going to have second thoughts about Ohio State. We're going to start having second thoughts. Like, this is college football, okay? Anything can happen on any given Saturday. Don't be surprised. So I'm going to say, don't be surprised if this happens. Texas, Florida. Florida's going to upset Texas at the house. Vandy, Alabama. You know, it's just so funny to me because all of these delusional Alabama fans think we're going to the national championship. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's the same thing I tell LSU fans, and I love LSU fans. Okay, I have no issue with them. I have no issue with them, and I tell LSU fans, you have Garrett Nussmeier. That's cool. You had Jaden Daniels. That's cool. You had Joe Burrow. You won championship. That's cool. It's not going to happen again. Not anytime soon. Alabama. It's okay. We're back to the 2000s now. We're back to the 2000s. It's okay. It's okay. Vanderbilt's going to, you know what? I'm not even going to give a prediction for that game. I'm just going to have it. I have Alabama winning the game. I have Alabama winning this game because I know what's going to happen. I have to win this game because I know that Alabama's going to come out with some type of fire and they're going to, in other words, rival what they did last week. I do think they're probably going to put a spanking on Vanderbilt. If not, it's going to be a close game, which I definitely believe is going to be a close game. Diego Pavia knows that offense like hot butter going through bread, okay? He knows. He knows that defense way better than probably any other SEC quarterback does. In terms of how to control the narrative. Alabama has a worse defense than last year. Don't you think Vanderbilt has a good chance to win? I'm just saying. Again? Hello? And then to end it off, Miami, Florida State. I have Miami going on the road for one of the few times this year. Beating Florida State, beating Tommy Castellanos and the guys in Florida State. I'm sorry, Noles fans. I'm sorry. I don't think you guys are going to beat this Miami team. Carson Beck has looked sick this year. And I'm saying this as a Georgia fan. He's looked sick this year, right? Where was this Carson Beck last year? I want to ask this question. Where was that Carson Beck last year against Alabama? I mean, he came back, obviously. But where was that Carson Beck when we needed him most? I'll wait. Where was he? Nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna harp on it. I'm not gonna go back on it. I'm just gonna give it to you straight up and straightforward how it is. Now, I want to break down Wisconsin, Michigan before I move on to Georgia must bounce back. I want to break down the actual games after my predictions here. Michigan, they're gonna try to prove dominance, right? If you take a peek and you take a closer look at what Michigan football has been able to do this year, they've been slow in terms of offensive starts. Obviously, that has a lot to do with Bryce Underwood being a freshman, right? A true freshman at that, but he's a good quarterback. Definitely going to be elite. Definitely going to be great for Michigan before he enters the draft. We know he might at least get to one national championship game. I definitely feel like his potential has yet to be untapped, and he's already this good. So, with that being said, if Wisconsin wants any chance of beating Michigan, physicality, discipline, defense. Physicality, discipline, defense. That is the only way you will have a chance to beat anybody in the Big Ten, let alone Michigan and Ohio State. Physicality, discipline, and defense. That's all you need. I understand Jeremiah Smith is just a freak of nature. I understand that Bryce Underwood can sometimes be a freak of nature from what we have seen so far. But you can't let Michigan's crowd get into the game. The same way you can't let Ohio State's crowd get into the game. You just can't let that happen if you are the Wisconsin Badgers. You cannot let that happen. You have to beat Michigan in the trenches. If you are going to beat Michigan, beat them in the trenches, run that football. Don't try to throw it because they have elite corners and they will pick it off. Because if you try to throw it on the first play of the game, don't be surprised. They anticipate throws on the first drive of the game from every team. That's why Michigan sometimes beats Ohio State. Go look at the film. That's why they're undefeated against Ohio State since the year 2020. That's why. That's why. So, key matchups. Braylon, right. I want to kind of look into what not Ohio State, excuse me, Michigan and Wisconsin's going to do in terms of key matchups. I want to see the quarterback. I want to see wide receiver. I want to see running back. But what I'm focused on, I want to see the mic. I want to see the linebackers for each defense. I want to see LB1, right? I want to see the trenches. I want to see the front four, the front seven. I want to see that. I want to see defense being played in this game. No high score. I don't want to see a high scoring game. I want to see physicality. I want to see discipline, and I want to see defense from both trenches, Wisconsin and Michigan, respectively. If the Wolverines can somehow silence the critics, if they win this game, it is a control the line clock football. That is, I'm telling you, if Michigan wins, it is going to be because of the control the line and clock football that they're going to play. Trust me. And if Wisconsin wins, it's going to be because they made a concerted effort to make Bryce Underwood uncomfortable. Straight up. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Wisconsin wins this game. Now, moving on. And this is my second to last segment. Georgia must bounce back. And I'm going to talk to you guys about this too, just for a second, before I move into the last topic. I don't know why we lost to Alabama. I'm still confused. A whole week later. We come out firing against every other team, basically. And then when we get to Alabama, we just act scared. I don't know why. Maybe if they start putting Alabama as the favorites every time they go against us, maybe we'll start winning some games. Is that what it's going to have to take? Because if that's what it takes for us to win games, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Kirby Smart's mindset this week is you better respond or you get left behind. From now on, we better not lose one game, including the college football playoffs. And I mean that. The committee is waiting for us to lose another game. Literally waiting. I can feel it. So they can try to find any reason to put Alabama in there instead of us. Trust me. We better not even think about losing any other team. They want to say we have an easy schedule. Let's prove to them why we have an easy schedule. Let's prove to them why. I say it every season. Let's prove to them why they want to say we have an easy schedule. Right? Alabama fans, LSU fans, they all want to say, oh, we have an easy schedule. Texas fans want to say that. Okay, fine. Because they know who we are. That's why. Hot take. And I'm moving on. This is the most pressure that Kirby Smart has faced since the year of 2021. This is the most pressure that Kirby Smart has faced since 2021 to at least win or advance or win a national championship. I'm just saying, this game, all the games from now on, will define the season. Alabama was the game of the season for us. That was our college football playoffs before the college football playoffs, and we screwed it. Now, every game coming up, we better lose. I'll tell you that much. I promise you. Man, come on, man. Wake up and focus, Georgia. You guys are better than this. I want to see dominance out of you guys. You know, Zachariah Branch, he was the only one doing something. I need to see Gunnar Stockton be more aggressive. I need to see the ball get in Oscar Delp's hands a little bit more. I need to see the running game efficient. I need to see the offensive line blocking. I need to see the defensive line get into the quarterback. We didn't get not one sack on Ty Simpson. Moving on. And this might cheer me up a little bit. Can Vanderbilt do it again to Bama? I say yes. Okay, I say yes. Even though I picked Alabama to win the game because I'm saying, but don't be shocked, okay, if this is a close game and Alabama loses. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. But I do have Alabama winning this game just based off of who they are and who they're facing, okay? It's all going to work out in the end. Trust me when I say that. You guys don't know what I mean by that. But trust me when I say it's all going to work out. And this is the debate question. Is this Bama team too vulnerable to laugh off Vanderbilt? I want you guys to answer that question. And the prediction. If it is close to halftime, watch out. If it is close to halftime, watch out. This game can get very real. It can get real uncomfortable in Tuscaloosa and Saban Field, baby. It's going to get real uncomfortable at Saban Field. I'm trying to tell you it is. Real uncomfortable. Don't let Diego Pavia go into halftime with a 3-point lead, let alone a 6-point lead. Don't let Diego Pavia have a close game going into halftime. I'm just saying. Don't let it happen. Please don't let it happen. Because what is going to happen, and I'm going to say it later if it does, and you guys won't understand what I'm saying until later. Trust me, it's going to happen. It's okay. It's okay. I say it every week about them. If you know, you know. So, to close out this entity, I want to thank you guys for watching. Obviously, I want to say thank you to Millions.co for always having me on this platform. But what I will say is that Joel Klatt was right. Joel Klatt was right in his prediction, and Joel Klatt was right with what he said on his show yesterday when I watched it. I feel like he's going to be right. So, stay tuned. Holla at your boy. And remember,